Hi and welcome back to my show. I am Boomer MKR, and this week I am going to talk about the game Ghostbusters. This is one of my favorite games this year. I don't think a lot of people I think a lot of people were afraid to pick it up because it was technically a movie game, not technically a movie game. And a lot of Ghostbusters games have been bad in the past. But this game is probably the best game I played this year, or one of the best games I played this year. And the things I like about it, the story takes place 2 years after the second movie. So if you haven't really seen the second movie, I don't think it really matters. It has all the voice actors back in it, and that was an added plus. Like, growing up, I loved watching the Ghostbusters cartoon, the movies, everything Ghostbusters. I was a big fan, so when I heard this game was coming out, it was a must-get for me. And when I got it, I was not disappointed. Now, the gameplay is a lot like a first-person shooter, or a third-person shooter, I should say, just with, well, without a gun. Well, technically you have a gun. And a lot of people didn't like the aiming system. I didn't find it that bad, to tell you the truth. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I know shoot was like R2 or something like that, which was kind of weird. Everything, I'm used to like R1 being always the shoot button, but R2 was a shoot button, and R1 was the vent pack, which was pretty much like reload. You know, you reload after you kill someone, you reload after you catch a ghost. It's pretty much the same thing. I love the stream aspect when you actually catch a ghost. It's kind of like you have to fight it into the trap, which was always fun. I actually really enjoyed that part of the game, was actually just catching the ghost. Another thing I also enjoyed was the story. The story was very, very good. It was written by Dan Aykroyd, and you can't go wrong with that. He wrote the original movie, so you know, he created it, so he's the best person to do it, and it turned out fabulous. Yeah, Bill Murray kind of sucked at playing Bill Murray playing Peter Venkman, which was kind of weird, but he still had some of the best one-liners in the game. I can admit that. He had some pretty good one-liners in there. The story tied in perfectly with the other two movies. I don't know, I heard they're making a third movie still. I don't know where that's going to tie into all this, because technically the game was the third movie, unless they're going to make the game into a movie, or they're just going to do something totally different. I do not know. But I hope it comes out like they say it's going to come out, but you never know what happens. Look at Spider-Man 4, which I'm kind of relieved that they're not making, because Spider-Man 3 kind of wasn't that great. Anyways, the multiplayer aspect to this game was actually, I found, really, really fun. It's only co-op except for Slimer Dunk or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called, but it's mostly a, you know, 4-man co-op, and it's so much fun. You know, the games you play, you can play capture a whole bunch of ghosts. There's one when you run around and there's these idols that pop up and you have to destroy the idols, and ghosts are flying at you. And what's the other ones? Slime Dunk, where you have to catch as many Slimers as possible. There is kind of a what you call like in Uncharted, when you play through a level. I can't think of the word right now. When you play through a level, and it's the co-op kind of you play 3 levels in co-op, and you play like 3 different games, and that's actually fun too. There's many aspects of this. I actually surprisingly found the multiplayer really, really, really fun. I haven't played it in a while, and I don't think many people play it now. I haven't been on in a while. I was going to try to get on today, but once again, Uncharted kind of took up my time. That game's so addictive. There's also a mode where you kind of get waves and waves of enemy, like you beat one wave and then more come the next wave and then more come the next wave until you actually get to a final boss, which is actually really fun. And mostly it's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man hanging off the side of a building. So, and that's a fun part of the game. That's the online. But yeah, if you're a big Ghostbusters fan, like, there's really no excuse not to have this game because it's a very well done Ghostbusters game. I enjoyed it so much. It took me right back to my childhood, and you can't ask more than that. So until next week, I'm thinking about doing some older games next week. But until next week, keep on gaming.